Welcome kids. So this video is for class 5 social science. So today we'll start with a new chapter, that is your grassland of temperate zone. Okay, so let's today visit an area which has been covered by the green grasses, right? So your grassland, okay, its grassland is a huge area or a vast area which has been covered by the grasses, okay, or green grasses, okay, which are very tall, and you're going to find some scattered trees, okay, a few scattered or few distributed trees, right? So this grasslands, it covers more than 1/5 of the earth's surface, right? So this grassland you're going to find on the both zone, that is your tropical and temperate zone, right? So the grassland has given or been called by different name in different countries, right? So for example, in North America it is called as prairies, in South America as pampas, in your Africa, okay, that is called veld, it is called as veld, and in Australia it is called as downs, and in Central Africa it is called as savannas, right? So these are the different names given the same kind of grassland in the different countries, right? So now let's talk about the prairies. So prairies is also grassland, okay, it is a grassland which covers a vast area, okay, got it, of your North America, right? So prairies, it has been terms in French language it is called as meadow or a grassland, okay, or a grassland. So now if you talk about the location, you can refer the book, okay. So if you see the out here map, okay, you can check it, this one. So this green one is your grassland, okay. So the location, you can see it lies the central part of your North America, and it stretches from your Canada in the north to the Gulf of Mexico in your south, right? So in your east you can check it, you can check it in the east, your Rocky Mountains there, and in your south there lies Great Lakes and Ohio River, okay, got it. And the two important river flows through this area, okay, flows through this prairies, that is your river Mississippi and river Missouri, okay. So these are the two important river which passes through this region, right? And some of the important cities you're going to find in this area are, like for example, Oklahoma, you can refer the book only, okay, Oklahoma, your Chicago, Dallas, Texas, these are the important cities which are located in this region, right? So that is about the location. So now let's talk about the climate. You can check it, since it lies to the interior part of your North America, right? So it's away from the oceans and the seas, isn't it? So this area experience extreme type of climate, okay. Extreme means very hot type of climate, okay. So in the summer it is very hot and dry, okay. The Paris experience very hot and dry summer and with little rainfall, okay. And in winter this area, okay, will be this area will be experiencing very cold type of climate, and plus there will be some rainfall and the snowfalls also, right? So that is about your climate and all, right? So now if you talk about the vegetation, okay, both short and tall grasses is been found in this region, okay, got it. So these grasses are normally grown on the time of spring season, and they became hay on the time of winter, okay. So hay means a dry grasses or a dry grass which has been utilized for fodder, right? So this grasses, apart from this, you're going to find some rare trees also, a very less number of trees, okay, like for example willow, poplar, alders are the trees you're going to find in this region, right? So now if you talk about the wildlife, then the animals in this region has adapted the climate of this area, okay, got it. Most of the animals, like you're going to find the grazing animals like your your goat and your antelopes, okay. You're going to find the boring animals also. Boring animals means animals which dig the earth surface and they make home beneath the earth surface, okay. So some of the boring animals are, like for example, your prairie dog and your jackrabbit, right? So you're going to find the carnivorous animals also, like your jack, badger, coyote, etc., okay. So apart from this, you're going to find some birds also, like for example eagle, hawk, falcon, etc. and all. And this area or this region was once a land or a home of your bison, okay. A huge million of bison used to move, okay, in a group through this grassland, okay. But now these animals are endangered animals, okay, endangered bisons, okay. and only few species of your bisons are found in this region, right? So now if you talk about the economy, then the people in this region has adapted, or they are engaged in the economic activities like agriculture, mining, okay, mining and your cattle rearing industries and all. Okay, got it. So most of the people, they are engaged in agriculture. They grow the crops like wheat, barley, rye, oats, cotton, etc. Okay, this area is this region is also a leading producer of wheat. Okay, every year in a huge quantity, a huge amount of quantity, your wheat is even exported to the other parts of the world. Okay, that's why this region is also called as a wheat basket of the world, right? So now the people also, they have domesticated the animals like sheep, goat, cow, etc. and all. Okay, and they get the products like milk, wool, wool and hide, etc. and all from these animals, right? So they are practicing, or they are working in the factories also, and some of the factories are like your dairy farm, okay, flour mills, and your meat processing factories are there. Okay, so apart from this, this region is also rich in minerals. Okay, some of the minerals are like your petroleum, coal, natural gas, silver, potash, etc. Okay, so they practice mining also in this region, right? So this is about your economy. So last part of this chapter, that is life of the people. So most of the people, they are the owner of a big farms, a huge area of farms comes under this people. Okay, got it. So these people, okay, each people, okay, they have got, or they have built a farmhouse or a homestay in every farmhouse, right? So in that farmhouse, they live with their families and some of the workers, right? Since this country, or these regions are well mechanized, okay, so they prefer machine, okay, to work in the farmlands rather than the labors, right? And plus, these areas are very, very sparsely populated. You're going to find very less number of people in this region, okay, right? And this in these farmlands, okay, in every farmlands, they have built a huge tower which is called as silos, okay, and they use this tower to deposit grains which has been collected from the farmlands. Okay, so they deposit all the grains from the farmlands, okay, and they deposit in this silo, right? So in the west, if you see the western part of your area, this region, then they are least populated, and plus these areas are very, very infertile, and these areas are being covered by the hills and all. Okay, right? So most of the people, they keep animals in the large farmlands, and that is called your ranges, right? And this region also have a good connection of road, railways, canals, industries and all. That's why Paris is considered as one of the industrialized region of the world, right? So that comes to the end of your chapter. Hope you're going to do the home assignment.